Well, hey everybody. Welcome
What's
back to
going
Office
on?
Hours. We're here. We are really getting it, guys, today. We are ready and we are excited. Nick, what are we doing today?
Today it is about Adobe Aero, the
Yes.
incredible augmented reality app you didn't even know you could use.
It, dude, I once I started
Right?
getting into it, I was like, why are people not using this? It's so cool. So we're gonna show you everything from building a scene using 3D objects to extruding layered PSDs. And we're gonna show you how to do a whole bunch of cool stuff from the comfort of your home. As you can
Yeah.
see, Nick and I are not in our usual green screens at the fun. We are here
Mm.
in our homes. Behold our homes. So we're going to be showing you all of the fun stuff that you can do at home while you're at home now using Adobe Aero.
By the way,
So
all this was created in Adobe Aero. No,
yes,
I'm
I'm
just-
actually in a 3D sequence right now. This is not real. It's just a cool 3D sequence. And
yeah.
yes, some people saw it at Max. It's very cool. I'm so excited for
Yeah.
today. So let's hop in and let's talk a little bit about what this show is, what we're doing, who we are. Nick, can you give us a little overview? And I'm gonna turn on some vibes because I feel like we
Let's
need
do
some
it.
vibes this soon.
Oh, dude, with a little augmented reality. Well,
It's
yeah.
it
We
feels
need some
right.
tunes. We
Yeah.
need
All
some
right. Tell
tunes.
us about what this show is and what we're doing
Yeah.
this
Oh, look at we
semester.
still have. I think we still have the fresco in the front, front title here of our slides. Guys, welcome to Office Hours. I'm Nick, and this is Andrew, and we are putting together a show going over everything that Adobe offers for their mobile apps, and we call it Adobe Abroad this semester. And it's all about workflow on the go. It's like these are the things that we could be doing on our phones, on our tablets, and we don't necessarily need those computers to carry all this heavy creative weight, which is amazing, right?
Yeah. And so it is all about what do you do when you need to be out there or you're at home and you don't want to work at your desk or you're taking a walk and you feel creative. It's all about those in between times and how you can leverage these apps to kind of take with you. And hopefully, once COVID's over and we're done, we can be traveling, exploring the world, and take the creative seat with us, which is super
Yes.
exciting. So that's what this is all about. If you want to get involved, you can go right over here, bit.ly/os abroad. And I'm sure that one of our mods will be dropping a link as well to our Discord. The Discord is an amazing place to get involved. It is somewhere that people are posting the homework that we're doing and really
Yeah.
catching up with staying up to date on office hours. That's what this show's
I
called.
love it. Someone just got one in about 4 minutes before showtime. That's all it
Yes,
takes, guys.
that's
As
it.
long as as long as it's there when we start.
Yeah,
That's your deadline.
let's go ahead and hop over there and take a look.
Let's do it.
And I think it's Snahal who put one in that just put there. Um,
Yeah.
let's hop in here. Some people did some amazing work last week. Nick, what was the assignment? What did we talk about last week?
We were in Adobe Fresco, and that is, basically the painting app, the app that you can get on there and have a ball, do watercolors, oil, you name it, hand lettering. And the homework was to kind of, tell us a little bit about your favorite city, show us some drawings, so anything really. We just want to see you like dive deep into the app.
Yes. And Nick, what do we do for people that do the homework?
Well, according to my sources, they're getting giveaways.
That's right. We do giveaways a lot on this show. We love giving you guys free stuff and just hooking you up. So we will be
Hmm.
doing more giveaways, but here's the catch. Our giveaways only happen in the Discord. So after this show, immediately after, we'll be hopping over to the Discord. There's always like a chatting group that's over there. Actually, let's do this. So there's a group that's chatting right over here, and we
Yeah.
usually will hop in after and talk to them. So let's hop over and say hello real quick. This might destroy everyone's ears, so hold on.
Uh-oh.
Teams they have on board.
Hey everybody, you guys want to say hi to the live stream?
Oh,
Ooh,
hi. Hi, hello. Nice to meet you.
hello.
All right, see you guys later. So that's what you can do. You can hop into our Discord. It's a great time, super fun to hang out and chat with us, and a great community, which I think someone's presenting right now. So I'm sorry, Leah Lucas, but we wanted to say hi. All right, let's go ahead and talk about where you can follow along. Nick, do you remember the link that they can go to follow along if they want to follow our presentation today?
That's a good question. I do
Nick loves that. I
not.
love doing that to Nick. You can go right down here, bit.ly/Adobe Office Hours. It will take you to a Creative Cloud folder where all of our presentations are, including the one today. And as we walk through, you can follow along or you can ask questions and kind of hang out. And next week, we're talking about Adobe Capture. So make sure you come back for that. It's going to be
Oh
super
yeah.
fun. But let's jump in and talk about
Did we
augmented
see? Did
reality.
we? Did we want to show off any of the work?
Oh, let's show off some of the work. Sorry, I scrolled through and just opened them. Let's talk about it a little bit. How about that?
I
Um,
love to. And I
yes.
don't think I might have said wrong that we were doing we wanted to do a city highlight. I think that was back for the last one. This was just show us a work of art. That was it.
Yes.
So whatever you guys did, we're happy.
Yeah. So let's take a look here at Golden Rose. Golden Rose has been doing the
Mm,
challenges pretty much since we started doing them. This is awesome.
I love that. That's a
And
great idea.
yeah, the thing I love about Fresco is that you can bring in like images and stuff and then kind of work with them and draw over and trace. And I think we talked about that at the end. It was super fun.
Yes, I love that. That is so cool. Love this City of Life one. That's great.
Yes.
By incorporating text as well. So it's always neat to see the freehand plus the stuff that you can bring in, right?
Yep, and even layered on top and using those live brushes to have that like
Yes.
hand done feel. The Flamenco Festival looks fantastic
Love
by
that.
Julie B. And then these up here are probably my favorites by Laura. This
Oh,
sunset is
yeah.
so gorgeous. The way that like, and you can see those live brushes as you smudge and kind of start to work through those colors. It
Isn't
really
that
just all
great?
comes together. It's so good. I love it.
Looks so good. This
I
is
love
great.
it.
I like this even Laura's first one with kind of like she did a gradation and the blue and then that white kind of ink over it in a way. Kind of
Yes.
feels like almost like a poster print. It's just very cool.
Yes, it's gorgeous. So make sure you tune in and make sure you do the homework today. We'll talk about the homework at the end. How about that? You will be working
It's
in
gonna be a
Aero.
fun one.
So
Yeah.
it'll be a really, really fun one. I think you all will enjoy it. So with that, now let's hop in and start talking about the main thing that we want to talk about today, and it is the app that is known as Adobe Aero. And
Yes.
before we get in there, we're going to talk about the concept of augmented reality in general. Nick, do you want to tell us what is augmented reality? We have it here on a slide for you. Um, what is
It's
like the idea of
how do we
augmented
put these
reality?
two it's two worlds coming together.
It
It's
really is.
interactive experience of something graphic, something almost fake, and something almost digital into the real world environment and letting them see by the same perspective and interact together in a way. Some of it's so good now that it's literally you wouldn't even believe it's augmented reality. I think where it's come through so far in the last few years, and then to think that we have it like in the power of our phone, it's pretty remarkable.
Yes, so we will both be on our phones today. It is available on iPad. We just decided to work on our phones for the sake of moving around
Yes.
because we will be moving around a little bit. And so, yes, follow along. But augmented reality, yeah, again, we are taking the real world and changing it. So that was what augmented reality is. And of course, the classic office hours question, why augmented
Why?
reality? We're gonna keep that up for the rest of the season. Just know
Oh
that.
yeah.
So it's creativity built on reality, right? And I like to take that we live in right a real world that may not be super creative all the time. We can leverage that and change it and switch it to have something that is creative based on that. So we can
Yeah.
leverage something familiar and physical. Augmented reality can create new ways to experience and perceive the world around us, right? So it's not
Yeah.
completely covering the world around us. That's virtual reality. We want to take the world around us and augment it to be more interesting, to communicate better, or to just be more fun.
Yeah.
So let's keep going here and talk about some examples of where we see AR. Nick, have you played or seen any of these examples we have here?
Yeah. Obviously, like Pokemon Go is probably the first one that really messed with our minds with this stuff. But isn't this great just seeing how the mesh of the real, what the camera's seeing and what the computer is actually generating? It's so cool to see that overlay.
Yes, so I've been playing Pokemon Go every single day since it came out, like literally every day. I love Pokemon Go, and I remember watching the trailers and how they were showing that it's like it's Pokemon in the real world. And that
Yes.
was like a cultural shift. Like it'd be 3 in the morning and there's like 60 people in a park. Like I'm like, what is happening? And it's augmented reality, right? We're just walking around a park, but then in our minds and through the experience, we're having an adventure. We're discovering this park. We're getting out and walking more, right? It can create change and help us see the world differently. Similar to that is, I believe it's called Jurassic World Alive. It's a
Hmm.
similar idea. You can capture dinosaurs, meet them. But the one that like literally blew my mind. Have you seen this, Nick? It's called I think it's called Mario
Is it
Kart
Mario Kart?
Home Tour or something.
Yeah.
Um,
Come
so
on.
yeah, so it's basically an actual remote control car, right? So it's a remote control car with Mario in it, and then you play on, I believe you play it on the Switch, and you race around your house and set up like goal markers, and it basically makes
Incredible.
it into a video game in your living room. Like it takes the actual
Yeah.
camera of your living room and then changes it over into a Mario Kart game.
Next level,
It is
100%.
absolutely
Yeah.
next level. And yes, Snapchat, very much augmented reality. All those masks you see, all the overlays,
Seriously.
augmented reality. It's very
Yeah.
accessible now. It's magic. So the second one is communication. And Nick, you're a football guy, right?
Yeah, and this is the best example, really, how it's in our lives, in everything we watch we don't even know.
Yes. So that was the
This is
thing.
so
Yeah,
cool.
exactly. We talk about augmented reality, right? And we're like, oh, it's gaming and it's like cool, crazy tech stuff. So when this was introduced, the reason that I wanted to show this, the line that you have here, right? This yellow line, when it was introduced, it was groundbreaking. It was something to help people understand how far the team had to go, where they
Yeah.
were starting, and this actually won an Emmy award. I believe it won 2 Emmy awards actually for like special effects and technical achievements. And it was something that took like a truckload of gear that now has been condensed down that they can just ship it to any stadium. And it's called First and Goal is like the system. But that yellow line is augmented reality that helps us understand the game better. And we would never think about it like
Isn't that
ever.
great?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it
Perfect
is,
example.
yeah, it's something that helps us communicate better. And then the last one, Nick, do you want to talk about the demonstration? Have you ever been to a Lego store and done this?
I actually worked on a project that was similar to this at one of the old agencies I did, where you in store, you could come, you can hold up a project or hold up a package or any kind of product to this screen and a camera, and it would come to life right in front of you. So you can get some kind of a glimpse of what you're going to have, what's the experience going to be like. And then it moves and it does all the mechanisms that that toy would do. It's huge in the toy industry because
Huge.
this is literally demoing it without having to take it out of the package. Think about what that means to a store and to the help having to do that over and over again, particularly Legos all over the place, right?
Oh
So
my gosh. And
this is
they,
a huge advantage to point of purchase.
yeah,
Yeah.
you get to see the end result and what it's going to be and use your imagination as you build toward that, which I think is awesome.
So cool.
So then another example is IKEA. I'm probably going to be using this soon. I might be moving in the near future, and IKEA has an app where you can scan your room and then place their products in the room to see like what it's going
Yeah.
to look like. So you can fully decorate your room and then just push the button and purchase everything, and then you you just have to go and sit and set it up, and you're good to go.
It's
Um,
amazing.
yeah, again, so that's something that we can augment the reality to help us understand it a little bit better. And then let's talk about accessibility. I remember when this came out. Nick, have you ever
Oh,
traveled and used this
yes.
feature?
100%. I remember when Google first came out with this, and you can literally get the translation of a street sign, or where I use it the most was at train stations, seeing the track numbers and where the destinations were and everything.
Yes.
And I could not believe how much it worked. What a lifesaver in a situation like that, right?
Yep. So augmented reality is something that everyone's experience and reality is different. And thinking through what accessibility looks like, we can leverage augmented reality to help people that may not be able to see or hear or understand the language. We can leverage that to make the world more accessible to people and not just augment it, but
Yeah.
accessibilize it.
Great word.
That's it. I couldn't figure out how to conjugate it, so we just went for it.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
so here's some great brands that are using AR. Nick, do you want to kind of pick out any examples that stick out to you?
Oh yeah, I love what Nike has done, and both Warby Parker, where they do the more of the demo, but it's more, and it's also informative. So seeing what the shoe might look like, and Warby Parker doing the whole idea with you could try these glasses on virtually on your phone with and never having to ship anything. It's just amazing. I believe Sephora is doing it with makeup. Sherwin Williams does it like IKEA, where you could like aim it in the room you're looking for, and it will paint the walls any color you're asking for. Like, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's awesome. Sorry, I got distracted because I realized there's a technical error happening, and then I made it worse.
Uh-oh.
Um, I fixed it now though. Did you talk about Warby Parker at all?
Yes,
Okay, cool.
correct.
So yeah, these are Warby Parkers, and I got to try them on before I got them, and it was so cool to be able to sit there and be like, okay, cool, they fit my face, like they look kind of cool, and I got them,
Yeah,
and now I've had them forever. Like it's a great
incredible.
experience and awesome to be able to see those things.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
we should mention the StubHub one was really cool too. They're using it so when you're buying tickets at, let's say, a huge arena, you could see the arena in a virtual setting and see exactly where your seat's going to be. Like,
yes,
crazy.
yes. So let's go ahead and talk about what Aero is, all that good stuff, and then we're gonna hop in and like just work
Yeah.
in Aero, and it's gonna be so fun. Sorry, Nick, man. Andrew's pushing all the wrong buttons today, so if things look weird for a second, we're making it work. So let's talk about Aero, what it is. Take it away, Nick.
Yeah. So you're going to create augmented reality experiences using either assets that you've designed. Great way to do it is through Adobe Dimension. If you haven't got on that, definitely look at Creative Cloud Library on YouTube and find some great stuff for that. Or there's starter assets that are all free, all 3D, and actually can animate. I'll show you that as well. And you need no coding experience whatsoever. It
Nothing.
is literally the definition of drag and drop,
Yes,
right?
and we'll be doing
Yeah.
that all today to show you how to literally just drag and drop. Or if you have assets that you've built, Nick and I both have things that we've built, we're
Yeah,
also going to import those in and show you some really cool stuff that you can do with them.
definitely.
So continuing on, again, yes, Arrow is either of those, Dimension or
Yep.
starter assets.
So
And
that's
Nick,
how you would build stuff.
yeah, you build a lot of stuff in Dimension just because,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Because I mean, it's literally changed the way I present to clients, the way I build my case study hero images as well. I can make a rendering of something probably better than anything I can get photographed. So if I could do it and I don't have to hand it off to a photographer and do it and wait a few days, it's a game changer.
Save that
And
money, save that time.
right, and it integrates into Aero. And now I'm, like you said earlier, when you get into a app like this, and we'll show you, it's endless what you can do with this, not only for yourself but to a client, for your job, for your boss, for your teacher, in class, whatever you're doing. It's amazing.
Yes, and yes, I think that it is iOS only right now. I know that it, mm, I, th- I
It's a
think
good
it.
question.
There is a closed beta somewhere for other platforms. I don't know what they are. I don't know what it is, but
Yeah,
uh, it might exist.
I
I
do
don't.
know Android has other ways of doing some augmented and 3D stuff, but I'm not sure if it's we'll have to look into that on Aero for sure.
Yes. So, jumping forward a bit, what's our homework going to be before we go through everything, just so people can keep in mind what are they going to be doing this week?
Yeah. So I'm going to kind of show you in one, I'll give you an example of, I kind of pre-built what I would love to see as the homework, but we want you to kind of use your workspace, your area around your desk, find a, maybe just, I cleared off a few little feet here to make sure it was clean. And you're going to basically bring your desktop to life. So you're going to create a scene, shoot maybe 5-10 seconds of video, and we'll show you exactly how to do that. And that's going to be your homework. So you're actually going to be doing this, which is going to be fantastic. It's that easy.
Yes. All right, cool. So we're gonna hop over to Nick's screen, and Nick is on
Yeah.
his phone. And Nick, what kind of phone do you have, just for reference
I
for
have
everyone?
the new 12 Pro.
Oh, same. So
Yeah.
we're working on the 12 Pros. Let's go ahead and hop over and show off your screen. There we go.
Perfect.
And take it away, Nick. Tell us about Arrow.
Yeah. This is literally your welcome screen. I will say, if you, even if you do our test and the things we're going to do, this thing here, make your first Aero scene, which is kind of the toy store, is a fantastic little tutorial to go through if you want to. But we're going to start from scratch, and I'm literally going to start building something right here. So you're going to hit the plus button. And what you're going to see here is it's basically showing, and you can see those dots. What it's doing is it's finding area to start building on. Do you see that? Okay. And what it's doing is it's asking me, it's found the surface. So I'm going to tap on the screen, and it's basically made a grid now on there. Okay. Is that coming through okay? Just
Yeah,
want to
looks
double check.
great.
Perfect. Now you add whatever you want. So I hit the plus button, and I'm going to start with some starter assets. You can see everything they have here, abstract shapes, you name it. I'm going to go down to this origami forest one here, and we're going to find a cool thing here. So I'm going to find this little lion. So once it finds it, I haven't placed it yet, because what I'm going to do now is I'm taking two fingers and I'm turning him to the position I want. I'm scaling him to the position I want, and then I will tap, and now he is grounded right there on my desk.
That's so
So
cool.
he's having a ball. I can go look at this. Like, this is kind of weird. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, and it's
Okay.
crazy because I mean it scales as you move, it moves as you
Yep.
move, and you
I
can
can move him
actually
again.
break it. You can break it off of that flat plane if you want it floating in the air by
Yeah.
using three fingers and dragging up. So if you want a ball or some other element that's floating, you can
Look.
drag them off that plane. he's a, he's a flying
Come on.
lion.
This is just crazy. This is so he's slightly hovering. Look at that.
Yeah, just he's a magical lion that
That's really cool.
slightly
Now I want to
hovers.
show you too. So when you go back to these starter assets here, you might find animation. And what's cool about this is these are kind of pre-done animated ones. This little robot is hilarious. So watch this. I'm going to find a good spot for him, move him maybe over a little bit there, tap, and now he's ready to go. Now, what's cool about this is when I click here, you're going to see I have some character options down below here. I can rotate him, I can scale him, but this behaviors button will actually trigger animation. Okay, so all you do is you hit trigger. I hit when do I want it? When I start the video, it will start. And now I can make his action basically here. So the top one, play animation, is what he will do. He does like a little dance, but I can do all these other ones. I can spin, I could make him path move so he can walk. Let's do the play animation one, okay? So all I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna hit play, and we're gonna see a little bit about what he'll do. So he'll actually do this when the set happens, okay? Okay, I love the little
Yes,
running.
yada yada
Isn't that
yada yada
great?
yada. Yeah.
Perfect. So I built a bunch of stuff, kind of had a little ball with it, see how everything kind of looks. And I'll show you this. So like now you basically tap back on here. We're ready to go with this guy, and I'm gonna hit the check. So I can go to preview. Now preview removes all the stuff. This is where it becomes now your camera or your recorder. So I'm gonna hit this and just hit this, record only, okay? So it's actually gonna record now when he goes, let's see, did I not give it the right access? What happened there? There he goes. So now we're recording it. This is what you'll do. You'll record like a cool little video of him or whatever you put together. And what's neat is you can change the angle as it's recording, right? Because these are set in that area and they're ready to go. Okay.
Yes.
So I'll show you really quick kind of what I built that I think would be fun for you guys to try.
And I love
So
the idea. Oh, there's some office hours type. We did that way back in the
yeah,
day for when we talked about dimension.
yeah, I'll show you that. So this should work. Let's see if it works. Oh, here we go. Uh-oh, what did I do?
Oh, did we try to
Cancel.
turn horizontal? There we
Yeah,
go.
I think, there we go. So if I put this down here, I'll go new, get this there. Now,
And
the cool thing, very new to Dimension, is type. So I built that type thing here for office hours. So you build it in Dimension. It's really simple. You pick the typeface you want, you add some surface layers and things to it. And now I'm going to go to my Creative Cloud. Now this is everything I've built that's 3D, that's worthy of this, that can be here. And I'll find the office hours one. And then most of these, particularly the ones you don't get a preview, so title them correctly so you know what they are.
yes.
Then I'm going to hit open, and you'll see I get this cool little office hours logo, put it right there. I'll tap it. Now look at this is the stuff you could do for like social media and other
Yep.
stuff. If a client has a great new logo or something cool. So this is kind of neat. When you get close to it, you see all of the shading and everything that you've applied. So it's like a cardboard for hours, and then the office is like a black chalkboard. So you could see it has all the shading and everything in there. That's really, really cool.
And so you can also do this with other programs, which I'll show you in a minute. But if you're not comfortable in Dimension yet, you can do it in Photoshop. You can make PNGs. You can do it a whole bunch of
Yeah.
different ways, which we'll show you.
I want to
And
show you the
oh yeah,
one
show us more.
one pretty. I cleared off this table to show you this one because this one
Nice.
just blew my mind. So plop it here. I'm gonna go back to this.
That's a technical term. When you play something, it's called a
Plop.
plop. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So watch this. So I'm gonna hit this. Open it.
New in Creative Cloud.
Oh,
Plops.
wrong one. I know I did the wrong one. So let's go back here. Give it a scan. Click here. plus Creative Cloud. And I believe it's this one. Let's see. There it is. Okay. So you got to be kidding me.
Oh
How did
no, Nick.
this
All right.
can't work. This has to work. Let me try one more time and then we'll switch over and I'll try to figure it out. Plus
Yes.
starter assets. I think I got to do the one without the here.
Yes,
Let's
and
see.
yes, you can put a snarling T-Rex. That is one of the stock ones. Someone said, can we have a second edition of the Adobe series? There is another season of Office Hours on the way. We can't talk about what it is yet, secrets.
Yeah.
But it is happening after this. So stay tuned. We know that you guys love when we switch it up. So we'll be switching it up. Nick, if you want to try to fix that,
Go for it. Yep.
I'm going to take over with my screen. And here's what we're going to do, guys. I'm actually going to grab my... I'm going to grab my microphone and we're going to see if this works. This might get a little bit crazy. So hold please. I'm going to try to take you back to my bookshelf and let's see if we can get this. All right, I can't get it. So what we're going to do, I'm going to turn up the gain.
There you go.
It will probably be very, very loud. I'm going to talk semi-quietly. And I'm going to take my phone back to my wall. All right, there we go. So what we're going to do is I am going to open the same thing that Nick had, and that is kind of messing with, oh, here's a big poster. I want to put something on my wall, right? And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scan my wall here. There we go. And scan the wall. It has the full plane, and I'm going to tap. And when I tap, again, it's going to say, cool, we want something there. But instead of going with a stock element, I am going to go and put it on my Creative Cloud. So I'm going to go to Creative Cloud. I have some personal projects here. And let's go ahead and do an animation. So I have this animation that I did of the word fit for a campaign that I worked on. So we have the word fit. I'm going to hit open. And we'll wait to place, and you can see now it's placed the object. Looks great on the wall. So I'm going to blow it up a little bit so we can place it right there underneath the yes. And we are going to place that asset. So now it's placed on my wall. You can see as I move around, it looks like it's kind of written on my wall, which is kind of cool. But the greatest thing that I can do is because this is a GIF, I can simply tap, and I can go to behaviors, trigger, and then tap. And then from here, because it already is an animation, I just have to tell it to basically start the animation. So we'll go to action and say play images. And I'll scroll down here and I basically just want it to be infinite. So I'll hit OK. And so this is, there are two different things for animation. When you add that action, you can either add an animation if it's already built in. You guys probably won't use that except for the stock assets. But doing play images is what you want if you're doing a GIF. So we have the GIF. Let's go ahead and go out of this. And now that it's here, I'm going to preview it. So it's on the wall. We can look. Looks good there. And let's say that I want to animate. I can simply tap it. And now you can see that it's animating. So it's got that nice little animation there. We can move it around. We can come all the way over here so we can see you guys in the frame. There you are. And make it so that this really goes anywhere we want it to. And so that's kind of how you can animate on there as well. Nick, do you, it looks like you fixed it. Do you want to take back over and show us how to do that?
Yeah. Let me know when it's ready to roll.
All right, you are good to go.
So I did this thing where I showed a client everything we had done for them in the past year, made one file with all of them together, and you can place this on any tabletop. So check this out. So it's got all of the cans here. And what's cool is I can literally go in between and look at each one.
Production value.
Look at this. It's like, it's insane. I just could not believe. And we videoed this. We like put it together and made like a quick little video of it to show kind of like how it would work and everything. And again, it's literally one file. It's all those were individual, but I brought them into Dimension, dropped them in perspective. It took about 5 minutes because they were already done. And then made this kind of quick version here for Aero. So to me, I was like, when I sent this to them, I saw the client's reaction. It's kind of cool to see what you can actually do. And the detail gets pretty good when you go right up to these things like super close. It's It's remarkable, particularly if
Yes.
you're using good if you're bringing your work in high resolution to Creative Cloud, it makes a big difference when it does that as well.
Yep, absolutely. And
Yeah,
so I'm going to show
go
off
for it.
another thing, and we've got a little bit of time. And so, Nick, I know that you've built out some other scene with a whole
Sure,
bunch of objects that maybe we can get into.
we'll do
I'm
that.
going to
Yeah,
turn
go
this
for
game
it.
back up. I won't be able to hear you, but hopefully it works, and hopefully I'm talking loud enough. So I'm going to go back actually to where
Yeah, it would
my
pick you up perfect there.
cool, where my bookshelves are, and I'm going to show you how to take a PSD and actually turn it into a full layered file. So what we're going to do, we're going to cut back to my screen. There we go. Is I am going to walk all the way back to my bookshelf. So we're going to look at this bookshelf. Right now I have this weird mask here, so we're going to move this. There we go. And right here, let's say that I want to put something on the front of this bookshelf. So I'm going to tap, and you see that it will pick up some planes that are kind of horizontal, but it also may pick up, let's put it right here on the front. You can see that it has another plane on the front that we can see it's basically the front of that bookshelf. So we have the front of the bookshelf, and I want to put like a promo for something that I've been working on. So I have another talk that I'm doing this week. So I'm going to go to Creative Cloud, go to Personal Projects, and then here is a PSD that I made for an event that I'm speaking in. So I'm going to hit Open, and we'll watch that it actually places that full PSD right there for me. So I can blow it up so it fits that space really well. And we're going to place it right there. So now we've placed this nice poster. You can see that it's floating in that space, which is really cool. I believe we can go behind it. Yep, see, it's the back layer. That's the first layer that I have on my PSD. And then we can come out here and it has even more. And then what I also can do is I can select it and I can go to layers and actually change the depth of the layers. So I want to do a Z offset, which will pull everything away. So check this out. So you can see how it has dimension now. And when I come back to the preview, you'll see
Amazing.
that each of these individual pieces, right? We have the poster, but if I come this way, each of those pieces moves into its own layer. So now the texture is its own layer right there. There's my picture. And then we can keep going through, and we see that now there's my name, here's the info, and it all is separate layers that you can see from the side. So this is really cool if you're trying to do a recording of something, to just do super simple animation, to do something right where we come here, and then we kind of swoop down, and then maybe come across, right? It's got super powerful potential to do some really, really awesome things, and that
Yeah.
literally is just like a regular PSD with 6 layers. Like nothing special was done to that. It is a regular PSD with regular layers, and you can just change the depth of what those look like.
And it figures it all out based on the fact that the layers are telling it what to separate.
Exactly. And you can also set
Amazing.
settings to shift those left and right if you want to separate the layers left to right, or you can just pull them further so that you can see. But yes, it is super powerful for basic PSDs, which I know that we all have a million of sitting around that we don't really do anything with.
That is so cool. And what how would you use it? Like, I mean, because now that we built it and I know it wows us, but how would you use it?
So
There's so many different ways, right?
yes, I would use it in like weird experimental ways. That like, right, if we talked about this a lot on this show, is being able to put something into context, right? That it's not
Yeah.
just like a image, a floating image, whatever. I could have posted that image on Instagram, which I did. Or I could have, right, that if we're doing some like experimental thing, it's like, oh, let's put it on a person's arm, like it's a tattoo and it's like raising out. Or
Oh
something
yeah.
something that takes it into context, right? Let's put it on a computer screen, but move around. Let's put it like a poster on my wall, right? It'd be very easy for me to replace one of these posters on my walls and then use that as a promo. It's like, oh man, you got posters created? I'm like, no, it's totally fake, but you'd never know that, right? You'd have no idea.
That's great.
What are you doing over there, Nick? I love that I can see your screen just in between as we're talking.
I know.
I'm like, what's going on over here?
I want to do the layered stuff. Like, I'm going to show like that they have all the starter assets for kind of what you just did, right?
Yes.
So let me try this and let's see if you can walk me through kind of what you did because I'd love for them to try it. Maybe they might not have the PSD ready to go, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So if you don't have your own, this is a great idea. Nick's going to show us to kind of
Cool.
walk through one of these
So
sample
I'm going to
assets.
try this interior here and we're going to see how that goes.
Also, I love the loading bar, how it bounces, and it's just like,
Oh,
it's a
I know.
3D loading bar.
Right here. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to hit place here to set.
Yep,
Perfect.
cool.
So this is layered in the layered folder of your starter assets. So you have this to mess around with and play. Okay. So now what? Click on
So
this.
now what we can do is we can, yep, tap on that. And then where it says layers down there at the bottom, we're going to tap on layers. So the X offset is going to offset it left and right. If you want to move that a little bit,
Oh
yes,
God,
you
this
can
is
see it
crazy.
kind of move that way.
Yeah.
And then if you want to do the Y offset, that will offset up and down.
Okay, so there we go. So this helps you match the perspective probably just a bit more.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Yeah, so it's
Okay.
gonna move up and down. So then the Z offset is really the one that you want. And if we take
Oh
that
yeah.
even lower, it's gonna compress it to a flat image. If we take it wider, it's gonna make it into like a full expanded kind of image,
There
which
you
is
go.
so freaking cool,
Wow, look at that. So there we go. I've given it a little bit of space there, right?
right?
Cool.
And so that is how you get that dimension. You can get really, really close. You can actually look, and again, I did it. You can look at the back of some of these objects. So if you're building PSDs, whatever your background is, the back of your background actually will do that as well.
Oh
And so
yeah.
we can add animations there. Like we can make it spin. We can make it
Yeah.
do some other things. Do you want to walk through
Look.
how to add like the simple? Yeah, look at how cool this is.
Wow. That's great. Now, if I spin this, we'll do the whole thing, or can you get into the individuals pieces here?
I believe that it will
No?
spin the whole thing. So yeah, go into animate, and then you can add in triggers to animate. I'm actually going to
Perfect.
try and see if we can animate individual layers
Cool.
because
So
that's
I'm
a
going to hit
great
that and then
question and it could be
we'll hit
super fun.
action. So we'll do, let's go with rotate. There we go. Okay. So let's get a preview of it. There we go.
I love that this is I'm going to name this the Millennial Show because it's just two guys talking at you, telling you what to do while we're on our phones. It feels so right.
Let's see. Let's see if it works. So we should have, let's see, behaviors, and we've got rotate. Perfect. And then that should do it, right?
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to
Oh, look, like when you see it like that, look at that. That is just crazy.
right. So
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna
Go
place
for
this
it.
this poster one more time, and I'm
Do
gonna
it.
show you if you want to do an animation. Let's say that you've created some kind of asset that you want to move around. You can actually tell it to move along that asset as well. So let's go ahead and hop back over to my screen. Magic. And I'm going
Magic.
to put this, I don't know, on my computer. Let's try that. Let's see if we can get this scene over here.
I love that all of our regulars in chat are telling everybody what's going on right now. It's so great.
Yep.
Thank you for holding down the fort.
Thank you. So we're going to click here, and I'm just going to place my poster back up there. Go to Creative Cloud, and go ahead and put this poster up there again. There we go. Let's just zoom it up right there. Cool. So I have it on the wall, right? It's replaced those posters. Looks pretty good. If we select it, we are going to do the layers, and we are going to Z offset them a little bit so we can have that kind of dimension there as we go through. Just a little bit of dimension, not much. But what I really want to do is start to animate it. So check this out. We're going to click it. I'm going to go to behaviors. We're going to add a trigger, and that's, oops, we want tap. I hit the wrong button. So let's do trigger, and that is tap. There we go. So what we're going to do is when I tap it, we hit action. And this is where all the fun stuff is that you guys can play around with, see what you can make. See, focus on my face. Focus on, there we go. So let's say that we want it to scale up and kind of come toward us. We can simply tap on scale. And what we do is do the scale multiplier. And we're going to hold down to the object for 3 seconds. And it will have a little countdown timer. Oh, let's see here. Duration. Oh, not 7 seconds. Let's do like 3 and then 1. And let's do infinite and back and forth just so we can see it. There we go. So now when I turn on the preview, it should work that I tap it and you can see that it scales toward me. and then it should
Nice.
go back. So not something that moves and grows, which is awesome. Voice controlled camera, yes. So it goes back and forth. So if you want to have a T-Rex attack you, you can have that T-Rex, have it start running and have it move toward you. You also can set, if we don't want that on there, I'm going to go ahead and delete some of these. All right, so we're going to add that object back in, and I'm going to make it move across a path. And this one's really cool. If you want something to kind of float around on a wall, we're going to place it. Place it. There we go. So place it, and then I'm going to tap on the object again. I'm going to go to behaviors. I'm going to add a trigger, which is tap. So it's always tap. And then we are going to hit an action, and we're going to have it path move. And path move is going to be controlled by our finger. So we're going to go to create new animation, and I'm going to go ahead and hold this, and it's going to go 3, 2, 1. It's recording. And I'm just going to make it fly away, fly toward me, move side to side, a little bit over here. And I'm simply dragging my finger on the phone. So you can see it, I'm dragging back and forth on
That's
the
great.
phone. And we can play our preview right there. It flew away. Uh-oh. Let's do retake. Here we go. Three,
Hey,
2, 1. There we go. We're moving, and it goes away and then comes back. Let's see if that worked.
amazing.
Cool. So there we go. We can turn our preview, and now it is on the wall. And when I tap it, it flies toward me and then flies away. So you can do that. That's great to use for like if you have a bird, which I believe does exist in the stock assets. You
Oh,
can maybe set
perfect.
a bird up and then have a path where it kind of flies around a lamp or something. And yes, VC voice control, but not voice chat. Uh, so you can actually make a ghost fly around the room in Aero. 100% you can make a ghost fly around the room. Um,
Perfect idea.
yes, Nick, what's going on over on your screen?
Oh, I was just going to show you guys. So I'm hoping this would kind of like invite you all to try it. This is literally the demo that comes right on there with the toy store thing. So I'm going to just give it a shot, and I'm going to take it through it. This is great because it's telling you tap the plus sign to add digital assets. I'm going to hit the plus sign. It's giving you a guided kind of tour through this whole thing. So we're going to select the toy robot, put him in there, tap to place. It's going to say now get him in the right spot there. Tap and hold the asset to drag it where you want. So as I tap and hold, here's my moving.
And he will
This is
stay
just
locked down to whatever plane he is set on.
exactly.
That way you don't have to worry about getting any weird dimensions, it clipping through anything.
Yep.
Nothing weird's going to happen because it will stay right on that augmented reality
And it's
plane.
yeah. So use 2 fingers to pinch. Perfect. Do that. Use 3 fingers like he had said earlier. Look at this. I mean, that kind of animation would just be a blast, right? There we go. Now it's going to tell you, great, let's add another asset. Hit this. This is great. I mean, it's a tutorial right in the app, so you can't not lose. I know for
Yes.
me, I'm like, hey, thank you for doing this.
Yes, if you guys are having trouble with the homework, if you're having trouble, literally just jump in, follow this tutorial, and then hopefully it'll help you understand. And then you can add in your own spin on it. And Alex Lazarus in the house, what's
Oh
up?
no, what is going on, dude?
Alex is an awesome designer, amazing designer, cool
Dude,
guy, really fun. He's done a couple
yeah,
Adobe Lives with us. But Alex does a bunch of packaging design, and this would be a perfect solution for packaging design. I know Nick,
yeah,
you use it all the time for doing the
yeah.
cans and stuff.
Alex, you did a really great case study. I think we looked at on your Behance of just what you could do in Adobe Dimension that's just for fun and to learn it, right? I think you totally did. Go check his Behance out for sure. So let's make this robot dance. Here we go.
Yep.
So
And
we're gonna
so
click on that. Go ahead,
if you
man.
have a friend that is an animator, you can meet up with them, collaborate with them, build something in Dimension, and then they'll be able to animate it. And you can import that animation file if they make it onto your object. A lot of them have built-in animations as the starter files, but you can do that play animation. Or if it's a GIF, you can play image, and it will play that GIF for you, which is really cool.
Perfect. So look at this. I mean, again, you can't fail. It's walking you through the whole process. Now I'm gonna hit preview, and it will do record a video. So I'm gonna
You
press
won't be able
this.
to record, I think, while you're streaming.
Oh,
Yep.
that's right. Gotcha. All right, perfect. So let's go. So I guess I'm out of the tutorial now.
I know, right? Yeah. So Nick is now done with that tutorial.
Yes.
But what's cool is you can add a whole bunch of things to all animate together. Let me see.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put a bunch of stuff and see if we can make it so that it all animates. And outside of animating on just your tap, you also can have it animate with getting close to it. So we're gonna go ahead and do an animation. Well, let's do an armadillo. Why not? We're gonna put him on the wall. Let's switch back over to my screen. There we go. So we're gonna have armadillo. He is placing on my wall. Go, little man, go. There we go. Actually, yeah, let's put him up there. Like he's on a shelf. I should put a shelf up there. So we've got nice little armadillo. He's a flying armadillo. And we are going to hold onto him and tap. And from there, we're going to do behavior, trigger, and we want to do enter proximity. So we can either start whenever the scene starts, he just replays and replays and replays. We can have it so that we tap, he starts to play, or we can do enter proximity. So when it enters proximity, we click on action. So it's saying when this happens, then this happens. So we want to play animation, and we have the armadillo animation already in here, you can see. And clip armadillo rolling, that's what we want. We want him to roll a little bit. Let's have him roll really fast. So let's speed it up. Let's treadmill, which means it just keeps going. And we'll play it infinitely. So we're going to hit OK. And now we're going to go to our preview. And you'll see if I'm pretty far away, he's kind of just there. When I get within his proximity, he should start to animate. There we go. So when I get close enough to him, he rolls and animates and keeps going and keeps going forever. So that's all you need is, again, he's right there. We have it set to proximity. So preview, we're looking at him from back here. Looks kind of cool. And we don't have to tap on him or anything. When I get close enough, it will trigger that he starts animating. So you can set that as an option as well. Instead of having to tap on it, you can have it automatically happen, like Nick had with his beer cans, right? If you set it so that your beer can will start to rotate when it gets close enough, right? So it's, okay, cool. You don't have to look and kind of go around the edges. You can simply zoom in, and once you get close enough, the beer can will start to rotate so that you can see the whole thing. Nick, you're putting a little pyramid in there?
Yeah, so I was going to say, let's try the little proximity guy on this guy, right?
Let's do it.
Perfect. So we're going to tap on him. Is that in behaviors, I'm assuming?
Yeah, so you're going to go to behaviors. Yep, right there.
Yep. Perfect.
Do a trigger, and the trigger is going to be for enter proximity. And then let's try to show off one of the actions that we haven't done yet. I believe that there's a bounce.
Oh, there we go. A bouncing pyramid. There we go. Nice. So we're doing this on proximity, right?
Yep.
Perfect. So I'm going to hit check.
Yep, there you go. And then we'll turn on that preview.
There we go.
And then as we get close,
there it goes. Look at that. It
bounced in. It's magic. It really is magic. And so let's do this, Nick, because you have a lot of stuff on your desk right now. Can we add animations to some of those other things? And then that way, maybe we'll do a swoop through and watch all of them animate kind of as we swoop through their proximity.
Perfect. So let's start with this guy here. So back to edit.
Yes.
We'll hit on here. Let's go to behaviors. We'll hit a trigger, enter proximity, and let's give him an action. Let's go flip or something. What else can we do?
Let's do a move to. So move to means that you can basically have it move around. So what you're going to do is you're going to scroll down on that menu.
Here we
and
go.
It should move to, yes, camera, location camera, which means I think it's going to move to whatever's close to you. So hit OK.
Cool.
And then let's preview and see what happens.
Okay.
There's the blop.
Let's see. Is it supposed to move towards us, I'm assuming?
I think it's supposed to move toward the camera. Roguemont augmentations in AR, yes. Fashion accessories, yes. This would be great for fashion.
Oh,
if you want to put a shirt on yourself or something.
That's a great idea. Let's see. Maybe I'll try
and
again.
I'm gonna let you keep working on that, Nick. I'm gonna hop back over real quick, and y'all make sure that you're doing the homework. So I want to tell you a little bit about where you can do these things. So our homework this week is to make a workspace adventure. Show us what your workspace looks like, what you want it to look like. Maybe make it cooler than it would be otherwise. Let me move the chat. And do that in Aero. Create an AR scene based on your workplace. And from there, you can go right over here to the AR abroad, bit.ly/AI abroad. And I think a moderator will drop a chat there. That is our Discord. And that's where you'll be posting your homework. So you can post your homework, record a little video, post it in here, or take a picture. Just take a screenshot once you have something set up and showing what you've created. Tell us a little bit about your workspace. And we'll be doing reviews again next week at the beginning of the show. And after this, we will be going in and giving out some giveaways. We do have some awesome Adobe merch for you. So we'll be doing giveaways in our Discord immediately following this show. We'll start about 2 minutes after, so 3:27-ish. I turn off the stream and I'll hop back over into the Discord. We'll chat for a little bit and do some giveaways. So make sure you hop over there right after this. And next week, my favorite thing to do in this show. Nick, what are we doing next week, Nick?
Oh gosh, can we capture everything that Capture can do for you in one episode? I don't think so, dude.
I don't think so. I think it was funny because Aero is like, cool, we can do a lot of things. We're kind of playing around with it. Capture next week, we are just going to be like hitting the ground and running 100 miles an hour because there is so much to learn in Capture, and it integrates into so many different things.
And then, yeah, that's the best part is it's almost finding little shortcuts for you with fonts, with color palettes, with surfaces and textures, custom brushes. Like it literally, you could take a picture of a rope and in 2 seconds, you've got a brush and you can actually preview it. It's insane.
You know what we promised? They're in the back of my desk. I have to get in there. We promised that we would make a tiny hands brush. I remember that we talked about this at the beginning of Abroad. So chat, remind us next week if we're making brushes and we haven't used Tiny Hands to make a brush, we are going to make a Tiny Hands brush and we'll make it available to all of you. We'll export it and we'll drop it into our Creative Cloud library, which you can find again right down below me, bit.ly/AI. Sorry.
Yeah.
Man, I'm so used to doing the daily creative challenges. My brain just went into autopilot. bit.ly/Adobe Office Hours. You can find all of our presentations there. You can find some promotional materials, everything that you need for Office Hours. And Nick, can we do one more quick run through with your beer cans or something of how to place maybe a stock object and how people can kind of do this real quick, just so that if they're tuning in right now, there's homework. This is what you're going to be doing.
Yeah. So we'll do it with some starter. I'm going to start on this black surface here, kind of move it around. Hey, there's my Adobe Spark mug.
Yeah.
Oh.
Quick run through.
Adobe Max, I miss you. Okay, perfect. So we've laid this here. We have our groundwork, our base work ready to go.
And if you don't want to do your desk, you also can do a wall. I wanted to show you that you can do it on vertical surfaces or horizontal surfaces. As long as you can see the mesh is going the right way, you can place it anywhere on that mesh.
Perfect. I love that. This is great too. You've got letters and symbols, so you can literally get in your initials if you want. So you can start with that.
Ooh, do your initials. Do your initials.
Oh gosh, hold on. Let's get rid of him. Delete. Look at that. This is like your emblem. I love this. This is great. So we'll go with let's see, what does ornate look like? Oh, classy.
Yeah.
Classy.
This feels right for you.
It looks like a Trajan. I love
this. This is on brand for Nick.
Yeah. There we go. Okay. We will hit the plus, go back to starter assets. We will go back to the ornate and we'll find that lovely L. Perfect. Tap to place. Let's position him like maybe behind.
Ooh, yeah, get some dimension going on there.
What is happening here? This is great. So again, this is all you're going to be doing. And what we love to do is like load a bunch of things on there, kind of set the whole kind of scene. It's almost like you're a set designer on like a stage, right?
Yep, absolutely.
And then you could tell everything what you want it to do.
Yep. So, and Nick, can you give us like a wide shot just to show how much you can move around with this? So you can literally, you can go back, you can go forward, you can move left to right. It's going to do pretty much everything. Can you turn even to show the back of those letters?
Yeah, let's see. Can you see it
Yes.
there?
Yep. So they are full 3D models, full 360, so you can go at literally any angle. So
Amazing.
yes, your homework this week, make something on your desk in your workspace, and show us what you can create with 3D. I think initials are a great place to start. Maybe toss a robot in there dancing next to your initials, and play around with Adobe Aero. So next week, yes, we will be. I'm watching Nick like continue to play with this because he just gets excited. See, now it's spinning. We're gonna show that real quick.
Yep.
Here's that N, and now it spins.
Oh, here we go. I'll try it one more time. There we go. And whoosh. Man, that's like intro graphics to like your TV shows and your movies right there.
Right.
Come on.
So, yes, go ahead, go play with those. And as always, we're doing our giveaway right after this in our Discord. You can find that Discord right over here. There we go. At our link, a mod will drop it into the chat. We will be hopping over in literally 2 minutes. So come join us in the Discord. We'll be doing a giveaway and just hanging out and chatting. And we will see you next week as we talk about Adobe Capture here on
Ooh.
behance.net/live, Adobe Office Hours, Adobe Abroad. Bye.
Bye, guys.